Alrighty, I'm going to be showing you the exact steps on how I scaled my content agency from $2,900 a month to $77,000 a month in just 8 months. Here's some actual screenshots here. You can see I was at 2,900. This was before, and then after I obviously scaled up to actually close to 80,000. Right now we're still hovering around that amount. And there's actually 3 steps to this. 3 steps that you are missing to unlock your ability to scale your content agency for your video editor to even land a high paying client. These are the steps right here. First, you need a leveraged offer, a leveraged client acquisition method, and then fulfillment, operations, and scaling. But let's hop into the offer and show you what I did to have a scalable offer that allowed me to get $70,000 a month. So originally I started with clipping short form content. I was in the beginning wave of the clippers out there. As soon as TikTok came out, I noticed this opportunity where I can take influencers and take their podcast and put it onto TikTok. I'm telling you, I was literally like the first guy to do this, or, within the first like 10 people to ever do this. And the offer that I was running with was X amount of clips for X price per month. Typically a client of mine would be 30 amount of clips a month for $1,000 to $1,500, sometimes $2,000 a month. And that offer was really working when I started. It landed me a couple of big time clients. As some of you may know, he who shall not be named, I actually was the one to get him started on TikTok. Robert Kiyosaki, a billionaire. I sold him on that offer, got him over to TikTok, made a certain amount of clips from his podcast that he showed up on and posted them on TikTok for him. I was able to also land Steve-O from the Wild Ride podcast here. Amazing opportunity I had with clipping up his stuff. He was paying me monthly to do that as well. But there's really 3 reasons why this offer worked at the time. First one is it removed the pain of having them to edit their own content, and that brought value to them. The second thing here is I provided a high volume, which led to hundreds of thousands of views. This was the beginning of TikTok, so you could just post anything and it would go viral. Things have changed now. But yeah, number 3 here, I was early to the market. This is why the offer worked. And a lot of you are still operating from this offer. Hey, I could do 30 short form clips for you for $1,500 a month or even less than that. With that though, like I said, it was the beginning of the market. I was able to scale to $18,000 a month. But, big but here, big but here, like many of the problems that a lot of you are probably facing now, whether you're a video editor trying to land a high paying client or a content agency owner who's trying to scale, I ran into a lot of problems. First thing here is that the market began to flood, causing me to compete on pricing. People started to catch on. It was an easy offer and the competition was higher and people started to undercut each other and driving that price down, and the consumer became a lot smarter. Another thing that I was feeling, and I know a lot of people who are trying to start their content agency are feeling, is that you feel like you're an employee within the business. That's what I was feeling. I felt like an employee. I was dealing with nitpicky clients. There was corrections for everything. They're very particular about how the video needed to be. I was working 12 plus hours a day. I was editing a majority of the content for my clients. I really didn't have time to focus on the things I needed to do to scale, like delegation or proper training. I actually hired a couple editors, but I was so busy with dealing with bad clients, feeling like an employee within the business, not being able to focus on scaling, that I really ended up kind of taking control on a lot of the videos that were being created. And I just felt like an employee, And then another thing was constant churn of clients and not getting them results. So what did this really lead to? It put me in a swamp that many of you are in at the moment. You are in a swamp of people who are running the same offer. At least I was at the time. I was in this swamp. So how did I get out of this swamp? How did I uniquely position myself so that I had zero competition? I'm in what you call a blue ocean, meaning that this ocean over here is filled with a bunch of sharks who are eating up all the fish, aka clients. I'm in an ocean where I have no competition, no other sharks, and there's plenty of fish in the sea for me to capture. With that, I can charge $2,000 all the way up to $10,000 a month. And I'm going to show you exactly how I did that. So what I was at the time was a non-leveraged editor. I was making a decent amount of money. $18,000 a month is pretty good. That's definitely in the top 1% for my age group. But like I was saying, I had no time and I had no energy. I was just felt like that employee within the business. So I had to go from a non-leveraged editor to a leveraged editor. What a leveraged editor is somebody who's getting paid enough. They still have their time available. And I also had my energy back. That's what a leveraged editor is. They have all three of these things maxed out. And with becoming a leveraged editor, I was able to acquire a $10,000 a month client. And I was able to do this with a new offer that I created that uniquely positioned myself. And I did that with 3 changes in my offer, which allowed me to sell this deal for $10,000 a month. All right, so what are those 3 changes? Well, the first one is I got closer to revenue. Video editing is a time saver for the client. However, after a video is made and posted, the client's viewers have many steps before purchasing the creator's product or service. I started offering a guaranteed results and started coming up with easy systems to easily fulfill. All right, so what does this really mean? Okay, we got our little short form videos here. This is all top of funnel. This is what initially attracts viewers. And there's value to this. There's a value to attracting a bunch of viewers, especially when I was early in the market, because a lot of viewers led to a lot of sales. However, come to find out, there's a lot more steps that these viewers have to go through. So they watch the short form content. They still have to go through these other steps within this funnel to purchase one of my clients' service or product. Okay, so what I was working on was stuff up here. Certainly, it's something that we can charge for. That's why, right now you could still earn $1,000 to potentially $2,000 a month doing short form content. There is value in that. But when you become closer to revenue, like doing things down here to actually convert people into paying for the client's product or service, that's when you could start charging more, because your client is also judging you on, if they're making a certain amount of videos, how much money is that actually bringing in for them? Okay. So the closer you get to doing a service, a content-based service that is closer to providing them more clients and customers, you are able to charge a whole lot more, and the results you get are a lot better, and you can start giving guaranteed results. That is an improvement I made to my offer. The second one here is I solved bigger pain points. All right. So video editing solves the painful task of the client needing to spend their time and energy to create a video. However, there are actually many steps that go into creating a winning video rather than just video editing. Paint the picture. Here's the finished video that we need to create for the client. But in order to get to this video, there are, once again, many steps along the way that the client themselves have to go through in order to get this finished video. Video editing is one of the last steps, and of course, it's a very important step. That's why you're able to still charge for it. That solves the pain. But once again, there are many things like coming up with the idea of the video, writing it. There's also filming. There's things like that the client needs to go through. And these are all pain points here. So I offered to resolve the pain of all the other steps into creating a video, or actually the most important steps into creating the video. As well, I developed a more powerful system for them to capture leads and convert them. So once again, one of their biggest pain points is, yes, creating the video and the steps to create that, but what's a bigger pain point than that? What is one thing that every single client that you are going to sign, whether it's for a content agency, email marketing agency, whatever it is, the biggest pain point you can solve is getting the client more money, okay? When you do that, once again, you can charge a whole lot more for your content agency service. So with this, I wanted to get closer to revenue, which I could charge more in doing that. And I wanted to solve bigger pain points, which is actually making them money. Well, that's when I converted my content agency, or converted my offer, into handling a lot of the video creation portion for them, but also handling the funnel for them that actually converts the attention that you're getting them, converts this attention into paying client. That allowed me to charge up to $10,000 a month. And the third thing here is I targeted the right people, okay? I target people who could actually afford my service. A lot of you are not doing this. I wasn't doing it in the beginning. So if I wanted to sell something for $5,000 a month, Well, the person I'm talking to has to at least be making $20,000 a month. This person has a lot of other stuff that they need to pay for to operate within their business, just like you do, to be able to then even consider paying $5,000 a month. So the first thing you can do is actually target people who have money. So targeting people who have $10,000 plus, the more the better. The more money they have, the more you can charge, all right? And these people you can generally get results for. And the great thing about charging people who have money is it gets away from that nitpicky type client. It gets away from you feeling like you're an employee within the client's business. Because people who are making, let's say, $100,000 a month, they have leeway to test things out and quote unquote like throw money at something and let the person do their thing and see if it works. If it doesn't work, they just move on to the next thing. The second thing here is I targeted people who I can easily get results for. I was doing video editing for anybody. There's people who are better to do video editing for, right? And there's certain systems that work for people that don't work for others. That is one thing I did. I targeted the right person with the right system. And like I said, I was giving a little hint into my system. It was really doing the video editing, more steps in that process, while also doing stuff that is more what you would call bottom of funnel, closer to revenue for the client. So like building out their YouTube funnel, building out their IG funnel. And that all there just allowed me to up my price. And here's one secret step that nobody is telling you. And it's what I changed my agency into. I changed it into a productized content agency with 3 different offers to capture the entire market. And this is something that takes a little bit to build out, but you want to DIY, do it yourself offer. This can be in the form of a digital product, some sort of information that people can download or be a part of that shows you how to get the results that you are getting for the clients that you work with. All right. And another is a done with you. Okay, this is more like holding the client's hand. There's some things that they have to handle. Then there's things like maybe one-on-one consultations where you walk them through this do-it-yourself style course. You're holding their hand through the way, giving them a little bit one-on-one expertise. And then there's just straight up done for you. Typically, you would want to start off with done for you as that gets you the results first, and then you can package that up into the DIY. This is a secret step that nobody is talking about. You need to productize your content agency. You do that with 3 different offers. And the next thing that helped me scale was my leveraged client acquisition system. There's 2 types of systems that I was running with this. First was outbound. So at the time I had no social media presence, but I was still able to sign $10,000 worth of clients every single month through an outbound system. So outbound just means a cold outreach system like emailing somebody. So I was emailing prospects 5 to 20 times a week with the free work method, right? I targeted the right individual, which allowed my response rate to be 80% or even more than that. All right, so going with this free work method where you basically send your work for free to the right person, that's extremely important. If you send them some free work, you will get a response rate of 80%, okay? And with that, of course, that's gonna lead to a ton of sales calls. And then I also came up with a system for follow-ups and tracked everything in Notion. So I have this little Notion board telling me, what email I sent to somebody, when should I follow up with them? Here's the template for the follow-up. Just a tracking system to get my response rate a whole lot better, and of course, just land more clients. And this is another thing too. If you want to land high-paying clients and you want to scale, you do have to hop on a call with them. But sales calls are actually not as hard as you think. But if you want to do anything over 3,000 or even 2,000, it's going to warrant a call. So I also came up with a process to identify the right clients, where to search for them, where to find their personal email, which is huge, where to DM them, how to DM them, and get them on a call quickly. And what it really looked like was just searching on the correct platform like YouTube. And like I said, I'm looking for people who already are making a lot of money, specifically through content. And through that, I was able to, find their personal email using a website that finds personal emails, and then giving them that freebie, free work method. And that would literally get them on a call pretty quickly. But once again, running this system, I was able to add $10,000 worth of clients every single month, all the way up to $77,000 a month here. The other system I started to run was my inbound system. All right. I started my IG account knowing it was a long-term plan. So when you first start posting on IG or even Twitter, I'm on Twitter now. When you first start doing that, you're not going to get clients right away. It's going to take anywhere from 1 to more like 6 months to actually attract people, because your account needs to start gaining that attention so that the people who would actually purchase your product end up seeing your content. So it takes a little bit of time. I had that in mind, and I was running a content system of 3 reels a week, 3 tweets a day, 1 auto DM a week. So that looked like an auto DM through ManyChat, if you ever heard of that, with Instagram, or just auto DMing with a tweet there. I was also running 1 YouTube video a week, teaching people of what my service was and how they could do it themselves. And that started to garner some tension and would lead to sales. And it's leading to sales right now. So like I said, the pillars I would really focus on with my content was just showing authority and expertise and documentation of what I'm building. So over the course of 8 months, I was able to grow to 70,000 followers. And now this system is literally like a compounding effect. Now that it's built out pretty well and I have 70,000 followers, this just makes landing clients a whole lot easier. But still to this day, I am running the outbound system. I still do this. This consistently and is always a proven method to land clients, going outbound and doing the free work method. All right, so the third step to unlocking my ability to scale here was fulfillment and operations. I hired full-time editors to take off the editing workload. Editing is something that, you certainly can make a lot of money on, but as a business owner, your tasks are best spent acquiring new clients. So what I was really focused on was my outbound system, hopping on sales calls, or even figuring out better systems within my operations, how I can automate certain things to have my business just work smoother. That is where your time is best spent as a content agency. So I hired out full-time editors to take over my workload. And with that, I built a editor project task in Notion. So this is just a simple timeline of, where a video is at with a particular editor, and you can track the things that they're working on. And that's built out in Notion. For editor communication, I kept everything in Slack. As working online is a little bit difficult, but Slack keeps it easy. And there's certain ways you want to set up the channels within Slack to make a appropriate culture within your company and have everybody happy to work there and produce great results. And then for client communications, we keep everything in Slack. If a client doesn't want to work in Slack, my typical thing is, then I don't want to work with that client. I like to keep everything in Slack. It keeps our business running smoothly. It just keeps everything organized. So one editor here was handling 1 to 2 clients depending on the quality. So, if it was something like the insane animations that some of you may know me for, that was just a one-on-one relationship with a client. But if it was a little bit less quality, that editor could potentially handle 2 or even more clients. When it comes to hiring editors, you want to treat that system of hiring editors just like a outbound system or like a client acquisition system. It needs to be a automated, fluid system to find or even attract editors, have them become onboarded, and have training for them. Originally, too, at the time, I was handling ideation, scripting, copywriting, funnel setup, and design for the clients I was working with. But I later, once I reached around $50,000 a month, I was able to delegate these tasks as they are the most crucial to getting closer to revenue. And that's something that's a little bit harder to delegate. And you need to get to a certain point, be able to even afford the people who can handle those tasks. So like I said, around $50K a month, I was able to delegate that. And I was also able to hire a chief of staff just to keep things more organized. Promoted some editors to a team lead. Team lead would do a little bit more project management, as in signing certain editors' projects and making sure that those are going smoothly and getting done on time. And I also hired a quality control checker. And currently right now, I'm hovering around $80,000 a month, and I'm looking to scale past 100K with a few different offers that I'm building out right now. Another offer that I'm currently running at the moment is our Leverage Editor program and community. So if you guys are interested in this is a program that teaches you the viral editing styles out there like Iman Ghazi, Ali Abdaal, Danko, or the Vox style. We have a program that teaches this, basically taking you from an average, okay, content editor to an advanced level editor who is able to do those styles. And more importantly, also we have a landing a high paying client guide. So a high paying client is anyone from $2,000 to $5K a month, right? And I have a guide showing you how to do exactly that within our Leverage Editor program and community. There's also some bonuses here like more Danco style and my team's internal training videos. So you can get that within the Leverage Editor program, but there's also the community aspect to it. In here, we're doing live Q&As. You're also going to be getting updated assets and also the network effect here. You'll be able to talk to like-minded individuals, maybe potentially partner up with people, or get access to editors that you can hire. And the one really important thing that you get with this is access to our monthly content agency workshop. So this workshop is quite literally these 3 steps, but way more in detail. I will literally hold your hand through the process of going through this and developing a winning offer for you. So that's all with just the Leverage Editor program and community. But for the people who are very motivated and want more of a one-on-one kind of mentorship, I am offering a Leverage Content Agency mentorship. So I'm only accepting motivated people for one-on-one coaching from me. With this, you will receive a custom 90-day plan for your content agency on exactly what you need to do to scale and you'll also get one-on-one coaching calls from me every week. And I'm going to have my team help you build out, your offer, come up with a great client acquisition system, give you all my templates for everything. You get a little bit of that with the workshop here if you don't want to pay for the one-on-one. Fair warning, this is for motivated people and it costs money to, be a part of this, but we get direct results for you. So hit that first link in the description to book a call with me. And I only accept 5 to 8 people a month. I don't accept any more people than that because I want to give everybody who, goes through this mentorship individualized attention. All right. So what do you actually get with this one-on-one mentorship? Well, the first thing that's going to happen is a one-on-one onboarding call with me where we'll dissect what's currently going on with your business or where you're currently at and come up with a roadmap for you to reach your goals. You'll also get a custom leverage system covering how you'll scale to $30,000 a month within the next 12 weeks. That'll be custom tailored to you for your strengths in the offer that we'll be making for you. Another thing that you'll get is a private, intimate inner circle with weekly Q&As. So anyone else who is doing this mentorship, you'll have access to them, be able to ask questions with me as well. A really important thing that you will get here as well is one-on-one calls with me, and that will be happening every week. Like I said, you also get my team that will help set up your landing page, your funnel, VSL, and any automations that need to be happening within your content agency that will allow you to scale. You get a custom content strategy. So just like that inbound strategy that I was running, we'll set up a custom content strategy for you to attract clients, and then a copy and paste SOPs, standard operating procedures to manage 20 plus clients and a team of 10 plus people. In addition to that, once you opt into our one-on-one mentorship, you're also going to be getting everything over here. So the Leverage Editor program and community, you'll also be a part of that. So if you're really interested in this one, hit the first link in the description and you'll be able to book a call with me. With that, that's pretty much the end of this video, and I hope to see you inside of the program or, hop on a call with the one-on-one mentorship depending on what you want to do here. We have a price point for everybody. So peace out. We'll talk to you soon.